Does there need to be a change with the way the Hall of Fame is decided for baseball? Right now, in my opinion, I think it's all just a bunch of scummy, crumb writers who didn't make their own JV team and have a problem personally with a lot of the players on the ballot. And they use this privilege of voting as some sort of like hierarchy power. And I just think it needs to be the way that I think it should be done. Hall of Famers that are alive right now should vote who gets to be in their group. I think that's fair. And I think they're the only person that really should have a say in it. I don't know why journalists even have a say in this because they don't play baseball.
I think you're on the right path, Jedi. I think that it should be weighted what the other Hall of Famers vote for too as well. They should carry some weight. Maybe not all of it, but there should be some weight behind it.
So interesting philosophy, but I'm going to go a completely different direction, and I'm going to say everyone that is currently playing baseball, Major League Baseball, and the Hall of Famers that are alive.
That'd be cool.
They should vote. Because anyone that's out there is going to tell you the guys that played against Sheffield, or like even retired guys, like everyone that's active or not active, like active, everyone that's alive that played Major League Baseball in that era and then past that era with those guys, they should all vote. Wow, that's a fuckload of votes.
Yeah. But the only reason I just say this though is just it's getting to a point where I think it's really affecting the future of the Hall of Fame with these crummy writers. It really is. It's sad. Another segue into this, but it's just relevant. Andrew Jones, another guy, if you look at his numbers, probably deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. However, he's getting more votes than Alex Rodriguez, who in my opinion is one of the greatest baseball players that ever walked this planet. Steroids or not, Andrew Jones beat up his wife and has been charged with multiple times for domestic violence. And he has more votes than A-Rod. Where do the morals and the values stand for the writers? I just you know what I mean? That's the part, it's just so confusing to me on why I get so emotional over this topic, because I don't understand the thought philosophy behind it. It doesn't make any sense.
I think you mentioned it. It was either last podcast or the one before that, with the Trevor Bauer situation compared to got like Domingo Herman, who like beat his wife, and then Chapman literally shot a gun at his wife.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, signing Bauer. Yep.
It's just a bunch of double standards. That's all I'm saying. It's a bunch of double standards. Like even if you look at like the U.S. Congress, I mean, I'm not a political person, but there's like a lot of people there that have DUIs and all this shit. So like you can't just like pick and choose what you want to do based on your own rules. If you're like a member of the domestic violence psychotic group that you want to lump yourself in, you shouldn't be allowed in the Hall of Fame. If that's what we're doing. You know what I mean? Like Ray Rice had a domestic violence situation, never played football again. Right? So like we have to identify like what we're actually penalizing and what we're not. You know what I mean? Like Colin Kaepernick, to many people, did nothing wrong. Never played football again. Didn't beat his wife, didn't do anything illegal, didn't do any of that shit. Just rubbed people the wrong way, never had a job again. So I just think the world itself is just picking and choosing who they want to pry on, and it's kind of shitty.
Exactly.
And you can say the same thing a little bit about Pete Rose. It's like Andrew Jones, domestic violence charges. Pete Rose just liked to gamble.
Okay, so Pete Rose is completely different. Pete Rose, if they can 100% prove that he bet on games while he played, he shouldn't be in. But
that's not the allegation, though.
But that's not the allegation. The allegation is that he bet on games when he coached. Therefore, as a
player, always on his team to win, too.
Yeah, as a player, 100% should be in. I don't give a shit if he's betting on his own team to win. It's not like that college baseball situation where the dude threw $250,000 on his own team to lose and then scratched his starter 15 minutes before the game. It's not like that. I'm just saying, like, Pete Rose might be one of the best baseball players of all time just because of how he played. And my man's not getting in because he's just throwing a couple $100K on his team? What the fuck are we
doing? This is a topic that will never be over. A lot of emotions will be going through this time of year next year because it's just like an annual thing with these writers screwing stuff up. But hopefully Billy Wagner gets in next year.